An archaeologist is somebody who studies the past by examining what people have left behind. The area that an archaeologist excavates or digs up is called a site. There are a variety of ways that an archaeologist can find a site. They could look at obvious places such as a castle or a church. They might get clues from maps, documents, aerial photographs. They could get ideas from myths and legends such as Troy, or they could be called in to carry out a rescue excavation. So that is an excavation that takes place usually before building work is carried out. There are a number of steps that an archaeologist takes when excavating a site. They have to fence off the site from the public. They have to make a site map and number each section. They remove the topsoil with a digger and begin carefully digging layer by layer with tools such as a trowel, a brush, a sieve, to make sure they don't kind of miss anything important. Once they find artifacts, they are photographed, they are put in an airtight container, and their location is marked on the site map. Archaeologists are constantly on the lookout for post holes, so they're kind of markings where posts once stood, and they can be an indicator that there used to be buildings in that particular location. Archaeologists can face many different problems, such as weather, time, and legal difficulties. Once objects are found, they then need to be dated, and again, there's a number of ways of dating objects depending on the type of object that you have found. So carbon-14 dating. Anything that once lived contains carbon-14. After death, the carbon slowly leaks away, and consequently, by measuring how much carbon-14 is left, an archaeologist can determine how old an object or an item is. Stratigraphy or stratigraphy involves taking careful note of the layers of soil. If something with a known date, such as a coin, is found at the same level or strata as another object, then it's probably the same age or from the same era. If something is found deeper down, it's probably older, and if something is found closer to the surface, it's probably newer. Dendrochronology is the study of tree rings. So each ring represents a year of the tree's life, and by studying these tree rings and these patterns, an archaeologist can learn the date of wooden objects. And finally, once your found objects have been dated, generally they go on display in places like museums, such as the National Museum of Ireland.